Hej, witam was serdecznie, z tej strony oczywiście Demonidias i zapraszam na kolejny film z serii Zagrajmy w Kingdom Come Deliverance. Dlaczego? Dlaczego on chodzi po tym? Zaraz to zarwiesz, kurde, nie żeruj na tym, okej? Ach, kurczę, zawsze, jak zwykle musi coś dziwnego na początku odcinka się wydarzyć. Ej, proszę tam nie tykać mojego siwka. Chodź tutaj, koniku, bo to coś tam ten pan chce zrobić. A, dobra. Po prostu tam, okej, perspektywa. Panie Garbarzu, my do pana właśnie. My idziemy powiedzieć, że problem się rozwiązał.
Vagabond.
Co?
I've taken care of the lads who were bothering you. You'll have a quiet evening tonight.
God bless you, lad. And here's something for your trouble and kindness. Unlike that miserable bailiff.
If anything else grieves you, just say the word.
Bye.
Miło. Osiągnąć sobie poziom walka wręcz, świetnie. I 100 groszy wpadło. Także jest to już koniec tego zadanka. Myślę, że moglibyśmy przejść się teraz tak do miejsca spotkania werbowników i spróbujemy się dowiedzieć od nich, gdzie mają obóz. Jest to bardzo fajna opcja i w zasadzie no jedyna w tym momencie z takich zadań głównych tutaj, jakie mamy do wyrobienia. Także po prostu możemy się tam przenieść nawet, tak na dobrą sprawę, nie? Pójdziemy sobie tylko na moment jeszcze do płatnerza, naprawić sobie ekwipunek, w tym czasie trochę czasu minie, w tym momencie trochę czasu minie, bo tutaj musimy, przypominam, po zmroku przyjść i musimy mieć też taką sytuację, że będzie się akurat paliło światło w tym kościele. I nie wiem, czy to od tego światła będzie zależało wszystko, to znaczy inaczej. Czy to światło się za każdym razem będzie wieczorem paliło, czy tylko w wybrane dni. Ale przeczekamy sobie ewentualnie do odpowiedniego momentu i tam wtedy, w tym momencie podziałamy sobie, pójdziemy tam, postaramy się po prostu dopuścić takiej infiltracji, o tak się to nazywa. Takie działanie za liniami wroga w ukryciu, powiedzmy. Tak wiecie, incognito. Postaramy się tam przeniknąć. Zobaczymy, czy się uda. Czy w ogóle ich tam znajdę jeszcze? To po pierwsze, a po drugie, czy uda mi się jakoś ich przekonać, że hej, ja jestem tutaj niezłym wojem, dowiedziałem się, wygrałem wszystko na arenie, co było do wygrania, więc czemu miałbym tutaj do was nie dołączyć? Ludzie zauważą twoje złe zachowanie i zaczną cię nienawidzić, oznacza to, że albo zaczną cię atakować, albo uciekać przed tobą. Osoba, którą rozłościsz, uspokoi się, gdy trafisz do więzienia. Możesz także sprawić naprawdę swoją reputację, wykonując dobre uczynki, wykonując zadania dla jego bliskich, chroniąc drogi przed zbójnikami, a niekiedy, nie wiem co niekiedy. O, ostry tu jest. To pieniądze garbarza?
The groschen I got from old Leatherman. I hope he wasn't as tight as a drum. He always struck me that way.
Daj mu jego połowę, jego ćwierć. Daj mu kilka groszy. Dobra, daj mi połowę.
Here's your full share.
That's not half bad. All that messing and fussing paid off.
And when do you aim to be back?
A day or two. We'll see.
47 groszy oddaliśmy. Jaki trening tu jest? Walka wręcz.
I want to get better at fist fighting.
Are you pulling my pizzle? You want me to teach you after what you did here?
Przed chwilą ci dałem pieniądze. No nie wierzę. O co on się na mnie obraził?
Bye bye.
Irytują mnie trochę te błędy w tej grze.
Get out of here.
Czy on ci chyba obraził o tą kradzież, nie?
Get out of here.
Dobra, nieważne. Nieistotne, nie chcą ze mną gadać najwidoczniej. Jakby, no nie dziwię im się, tak, ale z drugiej strony to im pomogłem. Dobra, płatność to w tym kierunku. Myślę, że wypadałoby już naprawić sobie. Chociaż w minimalnym stopniu ten ekwipunek. Tutaj. Kim ty jesteś? Rzemieślnik.
What do you need?
Jakie interesy? Nie takie złe te rzeczy tutaj ma. Moja jest lepsza oczywiście. Kulczuga 17. Jest jakaś kolczuga u niego tutaj. 17 to samo. No trochę słaby interes. Dobra, mistrzu Otto. Się lubimy, nie?
God be with you.
Can you show me how to repair?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll... Now, pay
Niech już
close
będzie
attention.
60 groszy. Konserwacja. Nowy poziom konserwacji, świetnie.
Can you show me how to repair? I'm interested in more.
Wouldn't you rather learn the...
Well,
Nie możemy u niego naprawić sobie. Poważnie? Nie.
May the Lord watch over you.
Dobra. Jest, to znaczy, jest to jakiś tam drobny poziom uszkodzeń, ale nie jest to nic jakoś wybitnie ważnego, przynajmniej się troszkę nauczyliśmy. U szarlatana niestety niczego więcej nie zrobiliśmy. Chociaż moglibyśmy spróbować się poduczyć trochę retoryki, wydaje mi się. Alchemia, kradzież kieszonkowania, dobra. Myślałem, że ma on niezłe jakieś zdolności oratorskie. Jak widać, niestety tak to nie działa. Czy myślałem, że chce mnie zaczepić? Kim ty jesteś? On ciągle do mnie ucieka. Co to kurczę jest? No patrzcie, jest szybszy ode mnie. Nie, no to nie ma szans. Ale kto to kurde jest? Może się przewróci zaraz, może się zmęczy. Już drugi raz go widzę, że tak ucieka, to jest naprawdę coś istotne. Nie chcę do niego strzelać z łuku. Bo bym tylko kłopoty ściągnął na siebie. No wracaj tu, typie. Kim ty kurde jesteś, co? Krótki? Co jest z tobą nie tak? Czemu uciekasz ode mnie? Aha. Nie chcę niczego od ciebie. Dobra, to jest coś, czego się nie spodziewałem, szczerze mówiąc. No dobra. Przeniesiemy się szybko na miejsce. Myślę, że to będzie jakiś quest, może że go zatrzymam i wiecie, on mi powie, co mnie śledzisz? I on coś tam zacznie gadać, może jakiś ciekawy wątek będzie, a to po prostu jeden z nich, nie wiem czemu ucieka, się boi ode mnie, chyba dostać znowu. Czy coś. Coś się zepsuło po prostu w grze. A to już nie pierwszy raz. Znaczy to też tłumaczę, dlaczego on uciekał w... Kiedy byłem, znaczy, czemu go widzieliśmy wtedy, kiedy przeszedłem na arenę i on był w otoczeniu tych swoich tam właśnie drabów, no właśnie dlatego, że on był jednym z nich. I czemu teraz tutaj jest, no bo też był w okolicy tych gości z areny, nie? Także wszystko tutaj się zgadza. Tylko czemu ucieka, nie rozumiem. Czy to przez kradzież, czy przez te walki na arenie, które mieliśmy, no ale no, chyba nie powinno mieć takiego wpływu. Także kolejny odcinek, kolejne błędy po prostu. No ale to są takie tam, powiedzmy, drobiazgi. Chociaż no drobiazgi, które potrafią jednak zakłócić przyjemność z rozgrywki, trochę tą imersję w tym świecie popsuć. Te postacie się zachowują tak irracjonalnie czasami. Zwłaszcza te dialogi ostatnimi mi naprawdę przeszkadzają, muszę przyznać. Ale naprawdę cała masa rzeczy w tej grze mi się bardzo podoba, cała ta otoczka jest mega. Tylko no są takie drobiazgi, no, które niestety trochę zaburzają ten doskonały odbiór tej produkcji. To jest w kościele, nie? Musimy przeczekać sobie do wieczora. Strawa to nie jest problem. Zjemy coś i raz, dwa będę już najedzony. Tak sobie myślę. I taką mam nadzieję. Nie no, po 22 już raczej powinno być spoko. Jest światło. Teren prywatny, no to wiemy. Ale trzeba tu być. Mam nadzieję, że żaden strażnik zaraz nie przyleci.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
O kurde.
Oh, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
Chyba nie będziemy walczyć,
You're
co?
hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
Jeden z przebocznych wójta, Ostry mi to powiedział, nie wiem jak się nazywał, ale był to jeden z was. Nie no, to pierwsza.
The bailiff's man told me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight, but not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
O kurde.
Who's pious? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Well, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of Saint Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
Byliśmy tam.
Do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you
To
some.
może być ciekawe.
I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From
Mówimy o kości do Gejory.
head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? See you later.
No dobra. Nie zapytałem ich o wszystko, bo wydawało mi się, że tamte opcje mogą trochę popsuć. To jak oni nie spostrzegają. No proszę. Jaka intryga. Co za klucz? Cóż to za klucz? Osiągnąłem nowy poziom witalność. Idź na miejsce spotkania. A, to jest do włamywania, dobra. Zadanie wykonane, jeśli nie siłą pięści. Ubóstwo, czystość i posłuszeństwo. Dobra, moglibyśmy tam się przenieść w sumie do klasztoru od razu. Rozmawiać z młodzieńcem, który ma wstąpić do klasztoru. Okej. Przeniesiemy się już tutaj, to jest kawałeczek tylko. Gra się wczytywać nie powinna, bo byliśmy obok. Całkowicie. Porozmawiaj z młodzieńcem, który ma wstąpić do klasztoru. Wejdź do klasztoru jako nowicjusz. Powiedz panu Radzikowi, czego bandyci chcą od ciebie. Pytanie, co najpierw zrobić? Czy w takiej kolejności? Chyba tak, nie? I on jest tam. Może zanim cokolwiek zaczniemy, to pójdziemy do pana Radzika się poradzić. Zobaczymy, jakie będzie jego zdanie w tym temacie i czy powinniśmy to faktycznie zrobić. I gorsze jest to, że oni nas będą śledzić teraz. Więc może przyuważam to, że do pana Radzika sobie poleciliśmy. Ale wydaje mi się, że to jest taka sytuacja, w której powinniśmy zapytać o to, jakie kroki powinniśmy podjąć i czy faktycznie iść na całość i mordować kogoś w klasztorze po prostu. Który no... jednak no nie jest dogodnym miejscem do tego, nie oszukujmy się, z wielu przyczyn. Żeby tego powodu, że będzie tam ciężko się wkraść, czy też z drugiego takiego powodu, że będzie tam po prostu niebezpiecznie, bo będzie pewnie dużo świadków potencjalnych. A po trzecie, że będzie też ciężko stamtąd wyjść prawdopodobnie. No a po czwarte, że jeżeli ktoś to zauważy, to będę miał przerypane, nie? Bo moja reputacja spadnie i to okropnie. Także bardzo ciekaw jestem rozwiązania tego questa. Znaczy rozwiązania tego, czy mi się uda. Po prostu. O, dobrze, że jesteśmy też w sumie tutaj. Nie wiem, czemu mi się to odpala ciągle. Pójdziemy się przespać jeszcze w naszym normalnym łóżeczku. Ekstrawa 46, trochę słabo. Staniemy głodni, ale cóż, to nie jest problem. Do 12 pośpimy sobie. Już nawet wcześniej będę zregenerowaną miał energię na maksymalny poziom, ale nie chcę przesadzać, bo po pierwsze szkoda dnia, a po drugie szkoda również naszego poziomu strawy, tak, naszego najedzenia. No dobra, damy na 11 nawet, 12 to już trochę za późno. Czy wstańmy? Czas na śniadanko. Zgniłe jabłko, zgniła marchew, zepsuty precel, nawet 2 marchew, 50% strawy, kiełbasę zepsutą i jesteśmy przy jedzeniu, 4 punkty. Śmieciożerca, dobra, wstawaj. Także do pana Radzika zmierzamy. No gdzieś tutaj się kręci swoją drogą. No bez jaj. Teren prywatny, no ale ja mam tutaj przyjść rzekomo. Halo. Możesz przejść, bo ja tam mam wejść. No idź. No idź, nie mogę questa fabularnego wykonać, bo stoisz w miejscu. Pewnie jakiś zwierz, tak. O, dzień dobry.
What do you need?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre. It's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the whoresons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how.
Hey, who's
A
there?
bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Ratte. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities.
God be with you.
Zobaczyć musiałem go.
Hey!
Dobra. To co? Umyjemy się i ruszamy w drogę. A tak naprawdę niczego się tutaj specjalnego nie dowiedzieliśmy. Zupełnie zbędna była ta podróż. Jedynie usłyszeliśmy, że on... No nie jest w stanie mi pomóc, bo ma niefajne relacje z klasztorem. Trochę słabo. Dobra, ruszamy. Strawa mi chociaż trochę spadnie, nie? W trakcie całej naszej podróży. Musielibyśmy zajrzeć znowu. Napaść na drodze, no uciekaj. O, udało się, o dziwo. To miło. Nie kojarzyłem, żeby tutaj byli bandyci wcześniej, więc musieli się jakoś przemieścić. Nie wiem, czy oni się przemieszczają tak rzeczywiście, czy to jakiś spawn losowy jest. Czy w danych punktach jest szansa na to, że po prostu ktoś nas zaatakuje tylko w tych punktach? Nie wiem. Naprawdę, nie wiem. No ale mam nadzieję, że uda się to. No zadanie się zapowiada bardzo trudne, ale mam nadzieję, że uda się je w miarę jakoś jednak mimo wszystko w miarę prosto rozwiązać. Chociaż tak jak mówię na początku tego questa, zdaje mi się, że to będzie naprawdę bardzo długie i złożone zadanie i no zapowiada się, że tak właściwie będzie. Zobaczcie, jak wielowątkowe są te zadania w tej grze, to jest mega fajne, nie? Czy ja dobrze jadę? Ale chyba tak. Może przeskoczyć takiego czegoś. No nie wytrzymam. Patrzcie, czego nie może przeskoczyć koń. By przeszedł nad tym, bez zastanowienia.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No. Yeah.
Strawa 92, to nie będziemy jeść.
You? What do you want from me?
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No. Good. Bye.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No. Yeah.
Kurde.
Jesus Christ.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No. It's a pleasure.
I'll bring it right away.
Awanturnik w karczmie.
Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Calm down. I don't want any trouble.
Then get lost.
Never again make an embarrassment of yourself.
Jezu, tu jest Karol. Ale FPS uciekają w tym miejscu strasznie.
Pull me one. How are you?
Come now.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
Nie, Karol tam siedzi.
Your father made his wishes crystal clear. And besides, they've already accepted you.
O,
Well, you could tell them I run away. Or I'll find someone to go there in my place. And
kogoś to
I'll
pójdzie za mnie.
And I promise no one will ever see me again.
The monastery is where you're going. That's that. It is not worth risking your family's honor if someone were to find you out.
Why couldn't they have had me whipped instead? Or put me to hard labor? Why did they have to send me to the monastery?
Because it's the only place on this earth where you'll never again make an embarrassment of yourself.
Well, what do you want?
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Let's have a drink.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. And will my guardian angel here join us in imbibing? No, he will not. Perish the thought. My dear, dear lad, what a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern, we should pay a visit to some whores. But Manfred won't let me. Get rid of him. Farewell.
Day.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
Nic z tego nie zadziała.
I've been looking for you two for quite some time. I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
So, I'm just to take you at your word, am I? But where's your seal? You haven't got one. And if you were a messenger, you wouldn't be idling about in this tavern. Get out of my sight, you fraud.
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my guard down for a second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness,
Kurde.
but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished. Until then, I have a job to do.
Goodbye.
Nie no.
Would you let us have a word in private, Flynn?
I would.
Fine.
Here, have a drink with me.
Żebyśmy kogoś przekonali, żeby go odciągnął.
Senses.
What? You won't celebrate my final hour.
You're carrying on as if you're dying.
I might as well be. I'll be buried alive among those monks. Wench! Drinks for everyone with a heart in their body, to my imminent demise!
Am I invisible?
Over here, a beer.
Może awanturnik, o dziwo.
Or if you don't want any pen.
Come now, surely.
What? I'll have to get my own.
O!
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore was the word he used.
What? He's not getting away with that.
Then I'll vanish, and I promise.
Jak się dzieje teraz?
The monastery is where you're.
Oi, old man. What did you say about my mother?
Pardon me?
I said, what did you say about my dear old ma?
If she's as repulsive as you, I have no reason to speak with her.
Uuu.
Now leave me alone before I put you in your place.
Put me in my place? I'd like to see you try. I gotta smash your face in, old man.
A tankard of ale for me.
Jak go wyrzuciło od razu.
I'll bring it right away.
Karol, szybko, chodźmy. Nie mogę z nim porozmawiać. Teraz dopiero go mi pozwoliłem.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second.
Możemy
He's
biec
itching
stąd?
to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why don't you just run away?
Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the lord of your fief.
Oj.
Shit is putting it mildly. The lord of Bukovo was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So
Wrócił.
I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind
Jaki
the
obity
monastery
wrócił.
walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
Siedział
What
obok.
good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. But that's your problem. You could only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ. I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work.
Też mówił.
No.
But there are poor people everywhere and
If I have...
that's all then.
Yeah.
Tylko w nocy, tak?
I'd like to order.
Życie, że mają tutaj jakąś kwaterę. Jak nie, to będziemy musimy jakoś to inaczej wykraść. Zastanawiam się jak. Żeby nas nikt nie przyłapał, przecież tu jest tylu świadków, nie? No to nie wchodzi raczej w rachubę, żeby tutaj kraść. Chociaż czekajcie, nie ma ich tutaj. Może są w innym miejscu.
I've only got 2 hands.
O czym ona gada? Jakie tylko 2 ręce. Nikt jej nie wołał. Wiecie, przekraczałem granicę już. Zdejmę wszystko z siebie, żeby nie generować żadnego hałasu. Hałas 0. I wbijamy chyba tutaj, co? Drzwi zamknę. Jesteśmy tutaj sami. Nic tu nie ma. Boczek, cebula, wędzona kiełbasa. No dobra, ale to nie jest coś, co mnie interesuje. Szczerze mówiąc. Nie, to nie są te rzeczy, to jest gdzieś na górze. No, to musi być na górze gdzieś. Może muszę wynająć pokój. I dopiero wtedy mnie jakoś przeteleportuje do jakiejś niedostępnej części tej karczmy. Albo od drugiej strony z wejścia. Nie no, od drugiej strony niczego nie widzę. Ciekawe. Może tu? Złamywanie niemożliwe. Są tu. Jak typowo, nie? Teraz się skradać. Dawno nie kradliśmy niczego. Znokautuj. Poważnienie. Dobra. Dało się ukraść wszystkie rzeczy. Jak trudne, to nie damy rady. Okej, wiecie co? Zróbmy to tak. Przeczekamy sobie do rana. Zaraz z nim pogadamy jeszcze o tej naszej kradzieży, jakiej teraz dokonaliśmy. No, udało się tak de facto zdobyć absolutnie wszystkie przedmioty. Dziwne, że tamten nie wpadł na pomysł, żeby udawać, że śpi, wykraść klucz i po prostu wyjąć wszystko ze skrzyni i nawiać, nie? Albo nawet, kurczę, nie wiem, znokautować tego w trakcie snu, czy cokolwiek. To nie były luźne nogawice, ja zdaję sobie sprawę z tego. Koszuli tak nie widać. Dobra. Może to jest wszystko?
Here you are, in good health.
I oni co? Dalej w środku będą? Czekajmy może jeszcze chwilę. Wypadałoby coś zjeść jeszcze, ale obok tego kociołka ze strawą, takim gulaszem czy coś tam stoimy. Czy nie ze strawą, tylko strawy, to zaraz sobie ogarniemy na optymalny poziom. I w zasadzie będziemy mogli już ruszać do klasztoru, nie? Oddamy tylko te rzeczy wykradzione. O, zablokowało się. Ugotujmy jelninę może. Proszę bardzo. Gotowana jelnina.
What?
Calm down.
Then get...
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Nieźle obite.
I'd like to speak to you about something.
What's on your mind?
What if you let him run away?
The Lord of Bukova would have me whipped. Karl isn't slipping through my fingers.
But he doesn't want to be a monk.
I know. Unfortunately, there's no other way. You see, he gave the Lord of Bukova an unwanted grandchild. He can count himself lucky he wasn't castrated straight away.
But normally you just need to pay some form of compensation for that sort of offense, don't you?
Yes, 1,000 groschen. But a boy would keep chasing after women, and who knows how it would all end. The monastery really is the safest place for him.
Thanks. I'll be on my way then.
Bye bye.
Pierwszej opcji nie wybieram, bo
Where's my ale?
jakby mamy to już z głowy.
What is it?
Good day.
Jak mamy mu przekazać teraz te rzeczy przy nim?
I've got what you need.
Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the ring.
Daj mu całość.
Here you are.
Good luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
Siedzi obok.
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone.
Ciekawe, czy na niego trafimy jeszcze kiedyś.
Farewell.
A wydaje mi się, że niepotrzebnie oddałem całość, nie? Tego mieszka. Gdzie on jest? Tu się najemy. Zatem... W końcu przyszedł łaskawie. Dobra, chodźmy tak, zbroja i nałóż na konia i jeszcze to i to wszystko. Chociaż jeszcze pałka była. Teraz to wszystko. No. I możemy ruszać w stronę klasztoru. Także chodźmy tam szybko. Na górę chyba będziemy musieli tam wjechać aż. Piękne wejście dla koni. Nie wiem, czy jakikolwiek wóz by tutaj się zmieścił. Wątpię, szczerze mówiąc. O, czyżby tutaj był decyzyjny mnich?
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter...
On nas zna już i tak.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
Remember you were telling me you looked the house over to see what needed after the winter?
Aye, I've been to see the carpenter about when he could get round to it.
Well, after talking to you,
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
but that wasn't very considerate
Sukces.
of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other.
Nowe dodatki do retoryki. W końcu muszę te statystyki wykupić sobie, nie? Znaczy te dodatki powybierać.
The way he kept looking over his shoulder.
Bo już od 2 odcinków się do tego zbieram.
You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions.
Co?
Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. God be with you.
Zawsze w takich zadaniach, gdzie nam na chwilę odbieram ekwipunek, boję się, że czegoś mi będzie brakowało, albo że mi po prostu zniknie co ekwipunek. Przez jakiś błąd. Odłóż cały świecki majątek i załóż habit mnicha, dobra. Kurczę. Tutaj?
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Świetnie. Już drugi raz w sumie takim klerykiem się stajemy. Można wręcz powiedzieć, nie? Bo już mieliśmy misję, gdzie nawet kazanie musieliśmy wygłosić, przypominam. No chyba jedno z najciekawszych zadań do tej pory, tak naprawdę. Zdecydowanie tak na dobrą sprawę. A dobrze, posłuchajmy. Myślę trochę oprawy autorskie, jakie tutaj mogą być. Ale chyba nie będzie problemów. Widać, że jesteśmy nowicjuszem. No chyba się mocno wyróżniamy na tle innych z racji naszego właśnie ubioru jasnego. Czy mamy prawdopodobnie jeszcze tylko tych 4 nowicjuszy innych, którzy tutaj są? Proszę bardzo. Ten obok, nie? Wydaje się być tym. Jakoś tak się dziwnie spojrzał. Unikał kontaktu? No nie wiem. Kurczę, czy to może być on?
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum
Nie, eloquium?
et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum In loquium tuum vivam. et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
O kurde.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with
Grzegorzu?
honor. Welcome, brother.
Kurde. Odblokowano osiągnięcie. Ale się podziało, co? Ale się podziało. Wykonano zadanie. Ubóstwo, czystość i posłuszeństwo. Koniec gry. Zostać mnichem.
I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Dowiedz się, który z nowicjuszy jest świętoszkiem, zabij go. Rozpoczynam zadanie w klauzurze.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Is it alright if we don't do the tour?
I thought that since you're literally a complete novice, you'd be interested to know what you have to do tomorrow. But if you don't want to come with me, I won't force you. Here's a letter from the prior with the daily schedule. Read it and observe it.
Let's go then.
No, może lepiej chodźmy.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know
Drugi
how
raz nie
things
dodaję.
work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word, discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
Potrzeba wystawić kilka wytrychów.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
A jak przestać być nowicjuszem?
Tell me something about life here.
Czemu 2 razy jest powrót w opcjach do
Work,
wyboru?
prayer, work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who would you
Już
choose
powiedział.
as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business. You'll sleep better at night.
I'd like to ask you something about... Well, that's all.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Salarius. They say he used to be a thief.
Okej, nie wiem dlaczego miałem taką opcję do wyboru w ogóle. Skoro nie było zupełnie tematu. No nic, moi drodzy, myślę, że od tego momentu i od tego miejsca byśmy wznowili sobie już kolejny odcinek.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the
Może
monastery
posłuchajmy jeszcze chwilę.
to appreciate sleep? We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Dominic.
Mnich.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found.
Wiecie, jak on się nazywał? Bo ja nie zwróciłem uwagi na to. Nie wiem, tym wytrychem. Bibliotekarz? Chyba? Widzieliśmy.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry.
I'd like to ask you something about...
Come now, I don't want to still be showing you around at midnight.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Can you leave the monastery?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can get in or
No
out.
niektórzy mnisi chodzą jakoś po mieście, nie?
Is it possible to learn something about the other novices in the library?
Only the abbot and the prior keep such records.
And can I see them?
No. The abbot writes and keeps his records in his chambers, and only he
Do tego
and
wytrych nam
the
będzie
prior
potrzebny.
are permitted to read them.
Is there anything I can do to help here?
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really. I haven't thought to mention it to anyone before, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who. Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all 10 pages, I'll be most
O
grateful.
kurczę, takie poszukiwania.
Where should I look?
Wszędzie.
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it. The pages of the book could be hidden anywhere, from the garden to the refectory.
Can you tell me something about the book?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothered Eustace so much about it, but as I was saying, he considered the book to be immoral and tore it up to stop it corrupting any of his brothers.
Salve, Domine.
My name's Gregor, and
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although it's not important. Welcome to purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough.
Dość podobni są, nie?
Soon enough.
A. Powiesz mu szukanie świętoszka, no chyba nie.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. Tell me about Antonius.
Oh, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with of course the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul, he's easy to talk to, and you can always rely on him.
That's all. Thanks. Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
Oh.
But you didn't have to come here if you
Cel
didn't
osiągnięty poszukiwania świętoszka.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death,
Cel osiągnięty, ale się podziało, no?
to get rid of me while he's still alive.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my brothers, my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
Sprytnie, nie?
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. At other times, I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry, I won't follow you again.
Thank you. And please, Gregor, don't mention it to anyone.
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Who would you elect, Abbot, if you could?
Most likely Nevlas.
A, już
He's a
kolejny.
fine fellow and he seems honest. But, truth be told, it doesn't matter much to me. The monastery will still be a monastery, no matter who's in charge. If you really want to talk more about it, ask Antonius. He seems to have taken an interest.
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't
To
be
jest
happy to
zły
hear.
wybór.
I'm here to find someone and, well, to do away with him. But listen, it's not
Po co to wybrałem?
not when it's a man like him. He's one of the brigands who burned down Neuhof. He doesn't deserve to live.
What's he doing here? And who are you?
They call him pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, escaped suspicion. They sent me here to find him and bring him to justice.
O nie, co ja
He's one of the
zrobiłem?
novices.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst. This place is a lot more exciting than I expected. Do you know who it is?
Well, that's just it.
To mógłbyś być ty.
I can feel it in my joints. Things you say. My joints started aching just before they raised scallops, and now they hurt again, but worse than last time. I'll tell you, something is going
No, but I hope I'll track him down soon. If you find any clue that could lead me to him...
I swear I don't know anything. Except that I'm not the one you're looking for.
It could be you.
What on earth makes you think that? My being unfit for holy orders doesn't make me a former assassin.
True enough. It could be Antonius?
Antonius? He's a fine fellow. No, it can't be him. Although, you never know what's hiding beneath a man's skin.
See how hard it is? It could be anyone, and at the same time, nobody in particular. I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about this too.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Would you do that? I have a feeling you wouldn't.
You're right. I'll keep it to myself. I've got problems enough of my own without involving myself in yours. And besides, I mean to be gone from here within a year, so why should I care what happens with the monastery?
Thank you, Siskin. I appreciate it.
Manuscripts copied by one of the novices. I think I'm going to cry. It's that touching, is it? Touching? More like infuriating. A horrible, abominable waste of parchment. Young people have no respect for writing these days.
To była zła opcja. Nie będę już niczego mówić, myślę. Niepotrzebnie gadaliśmy, tak mi się wydaje, z nim. Dobra, bo ten, który miał mnie prowadzić, już sobie poleciał gdzieś, nie? Tak mi się zdaje. Już nas nie prowadzi.
There was dozens of them. And foreign heathens, too. Is that right? There was a great, big battle. Them fuckers filled the whole of Pribyslavitz. The Tamburg garrison had to get reinforcements to beat them. There's wounded lying at Tamburg now, and plenty new graves in Ujits, but they cleared that wasp's nest good and proper. If you say so. But I still reckon we haven't seen the last of it. That Sigismund is still on the
Idź do łóżka,
rampage,
nowy
attacking
cel.
the nobles one by one across the land. And brigands are like weeds. Burn them down, and they just sprout up somewhere else. That's not the half of it. What about the attack on Murhayet? While the lords are dealing with one lot of marauders in Pribyslavitz, there's another bunch pillaging somewhere else. There'll be no peace as long as Sigismund goes on ransacking Bohemia. Sure as the sun circles the earth. You know how to lift a fellow's spirits.
Servus.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Ja mu na pewno o świętoszku nie powiem.
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
Tell me about Antonius.
I'd like to, but there's nothing to tell. I've never spoken to him. I've never asked about him.
You really don't know anything about anyone? Well, thanks anyway.
Don't get upset. I'm sorry I can't tell you more. I just haven't felt like getting to know anyone yet.
If you could, who would you vote for to be the abbot?
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
I'd like to know something
Nic
about
na nie
the
powie
other
chyba, to jest bez sensu ta rozmowa.
I don't know much, but...
What can you tell me about
Not a lot. I don't know him.
You really...
Don't get...
Nie ma sensu ta rozmowa z nim, on jest podejrzany bardzo.
Pay more attention, brother. What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
God be with you.
Tu jest jeszcze jakiś nowicjusz.
What would you like?
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlachim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. I'm interested in Lucas.
No one knows much about him. He doesn't talk to anyone. He works, eats, sleeps, then does it all again the next day. It's as if he wanted to get it all over with as soon as possible. By it, I mean his entire life.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
That there's no man alive less suitable for the monastic life than him.
You don't know young Lord Capon.
I've heard things. Siskin must have been like him, fighting, drinking, fornicating, but then he ended up in here.
Why is he in the monastery?
No one knows. Maybe he's hiding from something. Or maybe he's being punished.
Do you think he has a secret?
Don't we all? But unlike the others, he absolutely refuses to speak about his life before the monastery.
That's all I wanted to know about him. Thanks. That's all. Thanks. I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it.
O,
And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was...
On może być tym świętoszkiem, próbuje nas zbić jakby.
The more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's
Patrzcie.
a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
To mi się nie podoba.
Maybe
Niech tak
you're right.
myśli.
It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
Ciekawe jak z tym obok, nie? Co siedzi. Wiem, że jesteś świętoszkiem. To będzie dość długi temat, w sensie zadanie tutaj. Zrobić świętoszkę, dowiedz się, który nowicjuszy nim jest w ogóle. Poznaj pozostałych nowicjuszy i idź do łóżka. Chodźmy do łóżka w takim razie może. Tam jest jeszcze jeden nowicjusz. Ten Jodok. Ostatni chyba już, nie?
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
Cel osiągnięty tak naprawdę.
I'm interested in the other novices.
O świętoszku nie będziemy mówić wszystkim.
I'm interested in Lucas.
No Łukasz i Antoni są najbardziej podejrzani moim zdaniem. Na razie.
He keeps himself to himself. If you ask me, he's got something to hide. I'd keep well clear of him if I was you.
Do you have any grounds for suspecting him of something?
Quite a lot. And also none at all. The circators who make the rounds despise him, and they'd never punish anyone without cause.
Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray a confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
Oh, he's always got a smile on the new friend. But I reckon he don't belong in the monastery. He spends more time dreaming of the world outside than tending to his duties. I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out already. If it was up to me, he'd be out on his ear right away.
Sounds like you don't have much time for him.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Believe me, Gregor, he's hiding something from us. In fact, now I come to think of it, I haven't seen him at morning prayers for a while.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
Mówił.
Oh,
Dlatego się nie odznaczyło.
Who would you vote for?
why do you care? We don't.
I'm just interested, that's all.
I like John better. But
Pierwszy,
like
nie?
I
Który
said,
tego
it's
woli?
not our place to get involved. It's enough that Antonius is mixed up in it. Don't you start too.
They say he won't make it to the autumn.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
Dobra, chodźmy się po prostu przespać już. Nie wiem, czy to tutaj konkretnie? To wyżej gdzieś? Chyba wyżej, no. I co, tędy wejdziemy? To nie wygląda jak przejście do naszego pokoju. Mnich.
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
Tak, tutaj powinny być te księgi zakazane. Bardzo trudne włamywanie, to nie mam szans na to nawet. Gdybym bardzo chciał i się bardzo postarał. Wygracza to poza mojego skilla włamywania. Raczyć granicę, no dobrze. Tylko nie wiem, gdzie mogę iść się przespać. Bo prowadzenie się nie powiodło. Tutaj może, co?
Slow down, brother. Why such haste? Slow down. Why such haste?
Po co taki pośpiech? No nie wiem, tak jakoś. Tu jest nasze łóżko. Cen i zapis niech będzie w takim razie. Mówi, że przed świtem trzeba wstawać, więc próbujemy się wyspać troszkę. No i cóż, słuchajcie, myślę, że w tym momencie moglibyśmy sobie ten odcinek zakończyć. Wszyscy śpią grzecznie. Jak widać, my jako jeden z pierwszych chyba w całym klasztorze już wstaliśmy. Także dziękuję wam bardzo serdecznie za uwagę. Proszę bardzo, jak tutaj jeszcze chodzi. Który to jest? Czyżyk. Proszę bardzo. Także dzięki serdecznie za uwagę. Zapraszam do oceny tego filmu. Ja pierniczę, prawie 1,5 godziny wyszło. Także będę mega wdzięczny za każdego lajka, za każdy komentarz i do zobaczenia jutro o 14:30, czyli o stałej porze, kiedy to pojawią się odcinki z Kingdom Come Deliverance. Cześć!